Song for Movie Podcast. Some are pretty good, but we'll just suck ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch with us, we're Cinema Buns. Let's go!
In your first movie and then having those like cheap productions and stuff like that.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Buns. I'm Ritter.
I'm Mike.
And I'm the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you got something like a horse.
So, So the idea for what a lot of articles were writing about was that the Academy sees a bunch of like the short animated short films like in a block.
Yeah.
Kind of like all at like in a film festival, like just kind of like all at once. So the one that has the most memorable like either plot or title is going to get them. So it was 50-50 for the critics to say the boy, the mole, and the fox and the horse was going to win because it like looked very like just hand drawn pastel and it looked very like sweet and whatever. Mm-hmm. Or My Year of Dicks because the name is funny.
Yeah. By the way, if you haven't put it together, we're talking about the Oscars 2023.
The 95th?
95th Oscars, yes. I will say I did not leave the Oscars as upset as I have in the past.
Not a lot. I mean, like, it's been somewhat predictable for this one. Last year, like, with Coda, like, doing a pretty good job of, like, winning the categories I didn't think it was going to win. Dune pretty much sweeping every category that it was in.
Yeah.
Yes, Dune.
Just kind of, like, even though, like, I guess, like, a good chunk of them, it was just a lot of it was, like, out of left field.
Yeah.
But this one, it was like, yeah, it's...
This one, the people who won are like, yeah, they were gonna win.
Yeah.
I gotta say, we all cheered when Mesa local Troy got back on the stage, baby. Actually, I like that a lot. That they had him sign his like the introduction and stuff, and they
well, you know what it is. Ariana DeBose and Troy Kotzer were the supporting actor winners for last year.
I'm
so sorry.
Okay.
So
So they
that's-
just had him do. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize
so
that.
they did. I think they did supporting
Yeah, they did.
actor.
They did both. I think.
Yeah.
They did both.
So because when she said she fucking Ariana opened the envelope
Yeah,
and
for
she
actor.
said Kuhei Kwan, and before she
Did he finish his name? And she was losing it.
She fucking exploded.
She tried to say it as fast as possible without crying, and
Yeah.
she
and
failed.
she was like,
She
Kuhei
failed.
Kwan, oh my god.
Okay.
Oh god, she's so sweet.
Stephanie Shu.
Also, fucking
She probably need a saline drip after the Oscars because she was crying constantly. And I said multiple times throughout the Oscars because at one point, like the Daniels won screenplay, and everyone like did the circle
yeah.
shape on their forehead, and I'm like, wow. The whole cast is just a bunch of fucking nerds that are friends with each other. That's great.
Yeah. So I didn't know what was like the structure for like this episode. Did you want to go through all of the categories and nominations? And
I
then
guess we'll kind of go.
we'll just put our bad takes out there.
Yeah.
Well, some hot takes.
We'll fucking hit it hard and fast. And
Do you want to name the scoreboard real quick for
Yeah,
the three of us?
so-
while he's looking.
So the
So-
Cinema Buns had hosted, or rather, I hosted an Oscar party for myself. And
'Cause we
1, 2,
had-
3, 4, 5,
we
6, 7, 8
Yeah, it was-
participants,
Mhm.
and the Cinema Buns crew were the top three. With
yeah.
Mike,
we get to keep the podcast.
we were wagering the podcast. So Mike won with 13 correct out
Somehow.
of 23.
Somehow this guy got on the top three.
Yeah, so it's 23 categories. Mike got 13, Ritter 16, and then yours truly at 18. The 5 I missed were like I think I missed some of the the shorts. The shorts I think I got like half of them, but
It was
some of
the
them were just
obscure
like
stuff that you missed.
Some were just like unexpected.
Yeah.
Documentary I didn't get. I got live action short. I missed makeup, and then I missed. There was another like one that I actually thought I would get and I missed. I can't remember.
Sound? No, actually not. You got sound.
No. Okay, hold on. I want to talk about top sound. Literally, my whole thought process.
Speaking
was,
of top sound, Top Gun won top sound.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking the Academy, huh? Top Gun has big planes make big noises, therefore best sound. So went with that, and guess who fucking won, baby?
I was thinking because like there's argument that you could have the Dunkirk thing where because All Quiet was All Quiet, it would win best sound.
That'd be
Yeah.
so funny.
And then on the opposite end, on the top end, you could say, Top Gun with top sound won top awards.
Yes.
But yeah, those are kind of like the two big contenders for.
So I
that
went with
category.
a really weird like structure for my guesses this year because I did half like hope guesses and I think I did like 25% hope guesses and 75% what do I think the Academy is going to pick.
Yeah.
But best animated movie, the right one won, which means it was really funny because the entire time leading up to the Oscars starting, I'm like, animated feature is going to determine how happy I am tonight. I'm gonna that there were a few others that would have made me mad.
Well,
But
the
I'm
thing
like,
is that like we liked all of the animated nominated.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is that like
and we inadvertently did episodes on almost all of them.
Yeah, somehow.
we didn't do one on Puss in Boots just because it was like kind of recent.
And we were backed up with some other episodes.
Which, by the way,
Well, we
side
all-
note, go watch it. It's a good time.
oh yeah,
So Pinocchio won best animated movies, and I was like mentioning this to the boys like earlier. I liked Pinocchio. I think it was a good movie. I enjoyed Puss in Boots more, and it was my top animated movie of that year.
that's fair.
Yeah, but I was like, there's too many like names, and I think it's there's more technical prowess in the making of Pinocchio.
I was
Yeah.
about to say one reason why I liked Pinocchio so much and why I wanted it to win is it has such a specific artistry to how it was made and how it was developed that
There's a certain level of craftsmanship.
Right.
and it has and again this is kind of indicative to his directorial style and how he does movies. You just feel Guillermo del Toro's love in every scene of how much he loves this movie and how much he loved crafting it. And if you follow him on Twitter, he literally just traveled the world with one of the Pinocchio puppets,
That's great.
just posing him at different places.
That's
and-
like one of my friends did with Gumby.
Yeah,
They oppose with Gumby all over the world.
but
It's so funny.
no, I will say I really wanted Pinocchio to win. I would not have been upset if Puss won.
Yeah.
I would have been like, damn it, but it does deserve it too. It's good.
I was telling Ritter, like, what if Sea Beast won? Just as a
Ah.
major upset. Imagine.
No, so
Movie no one
listen,
saw.
Yeah.
Sea Beast I liked, but if Sea Beast or Turning Red won, I would have called it a night. I would have gone home. This Oscars is bullshit. No one cares.
As it also being the first one they presented.
So
Yeah.
so we just
No, that was an early mood setter for the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
it was.
because like we alluded to this like I think several episodes back. We were like, oh my god, Buzz Lightyear's gonna get nominated for the Oscar because like Disney always has a representative in the Oscars, and they usually always win
Yeah.
because the Academy is filled with a bunch of like just adults, and the only reason they watch those animated movies is because their children or their nieces or nephew bring them to it, and statistically they would have brought them to the animated to the Disney movie. To see that, like, I don't think kids saw Pinocchio. I think like grown ass adults saw Pinocchio, and that's what their decision was informed on. But seeing that the Disney representative is the Pixar one, which is Turning Red, which is like
By the
movie
way,
that got cucked by being imprisoned on Disney Plus.
I was very surprised
Yeah.
Turning Red got the nom
yeah.
because of that exactly.
Yeah.
Because Disney has, within the last couple of years, has had a track record of, we don't really care about this movie, so we're going to put that on Disney Plus.
Well, it's all of the Pixar movies minus Buzz Lightyear because his name is too big.
yeah.
So, I mean, good on to the team that made Turning Red, that they were able to get the representation for it. But yeah, better luck next time, nerds. So I also made this joke earlier that like, I'm not salty about Pinocchio winning, but I was like, you think people voted for Pinocchio because they misremembered Puss in Boots? Because Jiminy Cricket was also in that movie.
God,
And
that'd
I
be
said
so
no because Pinocchio had Obi-Wan Kenobi Cricket. Hello there.
The thing is, though, it's like so the two top animated
And then you
movies of
saw
the year.
the Angel of Death going, Jiminy Cricket! And starts spinning her forearms.
So two of the top animated movies of the year are these two characters confronting their mortality who have multiple lives and like have been dying constantly and have been like in the face of death. Jiminy Cricket's in it. Pinocchio's in both of them.
Yeah.
And like, it's about
Death is in both of them.
yes, and it's about like the value of your own life.
But Mussolini was only in one of them.
True.
Spoiler? I don't know. No, I love
what?
both movies. I think in our review of Pinocchio, I literally said this is going to get nominated. There's no way it's not.
Mhm.
But because we
All right, throw some categories at me.
best production design. All Quiet on the Western Front won.
Were we talking about this off camera? Or
Yeah.
Like, okay, so
That's why I started recording mid mic sentence because I'm like, we're talking about these without being recorded.
All Quiet on the Western Front won. What was your reasons for it? Because like you guys saw it, I didn't because I didn't.
Yeah, I chose All Quiet because, okay, this was one that I was like Academy brain on because, listen, Babylon, yes, it had good design, but I mean, my interpretation was like half of that shit you could buy. Like,
Sure.
What were the
listen-
options again?
Okay, so Babylon, Fablemans, Elvis, Avatar, All Quiet.
And it was for
Production design.
yeah. Sorry, I'm like trying to read it from here and
So
Okay, got
here,
it.
I'll make it bigger for your blind ass. Oh, that
I
just put it on the other
just-
side.
it's
There we
fine.
go.
Okay.
Control scroll up.
So what? I chose All Quiet because Avatar was mostly CGI, and I don't think the Academy were going to give it to a mostly CGI movie.
What did I choose?
You chose Fablemans
The Fablemans.
because
Yeah,
you really
'cause-
like Steven Spielberg.
No, I was just because
Just like last year, Steven Spielberg's the underdog. Of the
yeah. That's funny.
Elvis, I don't know. Some about it. I just All Quiet. You have to do a lot of weathering, a lot of specific set design when it comes to getting that stuff set up.
I'm thinking that like so if you remember the year that La La Land won, it was for all of like kind of the Academy cliches because the Academy likes to win for like to vote for.
They like
movies.
it when movies win because they talk about movies.
Yeah, so they usually vote for stuff that takes place that like talks about Hollywood, take place in their like in their industry. And Babylon was basically just like a rated R version of La La Land because it's still just in
Do you know why I think they didn't pick it? Because it talks about the bad parts of Hollywood.
You're right.
I don't think it did.
I mean, it covers kind of like the excess and like
But
debauchery
that's
of
not a
old
secret,
Hollywood.
though. It's like a sin to talk about if it was the 1920s, but that's like somewhat celebrated nowadays.
To a certain degree.
But yeah, Justin should stick to musicals, but
God.
I thought it was also going to be up there for score because he still kept kind of that jazzy flavor that his movies are known for. Yeah, also we got Margot Robbie titty. So I don't know how Babylon didn't win production design.
Who knows? I mean, the design of Margot Robbie.
Because she's a robot. Because like because like I was like, fucking, they had like all of the old Hollywood
Bless you.
towns built. They had everyone dressed in period pieces.
Everyone only drank absinthe the entire time they were on set.
They had all of
Heck
the
yeah.
Hollywood party sets. They had all of the movie sets. It's just like incredibly varied, and like amount of like craft and hard work and man hours was put into it. I was like, why wouldn't it have been Babylon? But
Yeah.
turns out all you need is a giant patch of dirt and some trenches
Yep.
and
Yep.
like a guy with a stick pretending to be a tank.
I'm a tank. I'm a tank. I'm a
Fucking
tank. I'm a tank.
keep huffing that copium, Kevin.
Next,
Next is best film editing. The winner was Everything Everywhere All at Once. This was literally my only choice for this category.
yeah. Compared to what else was an option,
It was Elvis, Top Gun, Banshees, and Tar.
it was gonna be between Top Gun and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You know,
at
there's
best.
there was a fear that everyone had where Elvis has the same editing like vibes as
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I
Where I
knew
was
it.
like, this fucking movie. I mean, like I didn't think of Elvis as like a great movie.
I was not a fan.
I did enjoy
What about
watching
all
it
the
multiple
like
times,
60-year-old women that were in the theater with you?
Yeah, it was like Elvis is fun to watch. Like I could watch that movie like multiple times. It's just that it felt like a 2.5 hour long trailer to an Elvis
Yeah.
movie that was gonna come out because there was so many montages and like quick
You
cuts
didn't-
and it
you didn't-
fucking just fast forward to a point of Elvis's life with like no through line in between scenes, and like unless you knew anything about him, like this movie does nothing to inform you about Elvis.
You didn't like Tom Hanks constantly threatening to give you a snow job?
I like
no
how
head?
self-threatened.
Literally every
Yeah.
time he said snow job, I'm like, can you shut the fuck up?
Bro,
Please?
I'm about to snow all over.
Oh
the-
God. Next is best costume design. I did lose this one. I chose Everything Everywhere All at Once. The winner was Black Panther. The other options were Babylon, Miss Harris Goes to Paris, and Elvis. I am
Yeah, most of the party did Everything Everywhere.
I wanted Everything Everywhere, or I would have taken Babylon as a close second. But I mean,
I chose Elvis, and then there were two people in our party that chose correctly at Black Panther.
yeah.
And like I like kind of just like thinking back on it, I could have seen it coming because like this is a not a it's a repeat of the previous Black Panther where she won for the 2018 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't when I saw costume design, I didn't realize it was a specific costume they were deciding on.
It's not a specific costume. It's just like how the costumes.
It's just costumes throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like because like when they were presenting them, it was showing a specific costume.
They were
per
showing
movie.
examples of the costumes.
Oh, they were just examples.
Yes. They were not the specific costumes they were judging.
Okay. Okay.
No. But yeah, I don't have much to say on this one. I mean,
I
good for
It is
Black
what it is.
Panther, but
I dig
mean,
the look of the Talocan and Tenacorta's character.
if only the movie was good.
Jeez.
If only they did anything worth looking at the costumes for.
Because really that was just an attempt at blue people underwater. If you want real blue people underwater, you needed to wait until December.
God.
Jeez.
Next was best makeup and hairstyling. So I'm a fucking idiot in this category. I picked Black Panther because it did decently with the first one. I think.
I don't remember there being a lot of makeup.
I don't remember. I picked Black Panther. I don't know why. When the whale won, and then once I saw it like showing the whale, I'm like, why the fuck didn't I pick the whale? I'm a fucking idiot.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch The Whale. I wanted to, but it is what
Dude,
it is.
it's so good.
I hear it's good. The man carried that movie
Oh
and the
man.
supporting characters.
We're by the way.
did you so you liked Whale?
Yeah.
I thought it was a bunch of people bullying a person, and I was like, this is not my cup of tea.
So okay.
So independent of like the acting performances, the story itself is a retelling of just Captain Ahab,
Yeah.
Moby Dick, whatever. but it's also just a bunch of miserable people bullying a guy to death. And then it was just like kind of like
Kevin,
cliched
we're talking
sadness for
about the
entire-
whale, not Banshees of Inisherin.
And like, yeah, it's and like because like Whale maybe was like also kind of like my second pick, but I chose Elvis because like it was Austin Butler was like in constantly covered in sweat, and like he was in just several periods of costume for Elvis, and I thought that was like worth mentioning.
I have no idea what I voted for this one.
You chose Black Panther.
Yeah,
No, you chose Whale.
Oh, I did?
No, you chose Black Panther.
Okay. I was just like, I asked it.
Kevin is taking
No, wait,
you
Ritter.
through...
Yeah, no, Ritter chose Whale.
No, I didn't.
That's what I have you for.
For makeup?
Yeah, you won it.
Oh, I did choose whale.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
Hey, you did
I'm
it.
not an idiot. Woo! Let's go.
You and one other person did Whale. Yeah, you. Mike was Black Panther, and I was.
Cool. I'm not a moron.
I guessed. I
but
didn't
I
know
was like-
anything about that one.
I was like, you put on a fat suit.
But it was a
Austin Bu-
very good-looking fat
Austin
suit.
Butler had to like switch costumes every like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and
he
had,
put
like-
on a fat suit.
No, you know what?
If you're gonna put a fat suit on the fuck you bullshit, I'm gonna put a fat suit on the fuck you bullshit.
Tom Hanks was in a fat suit. But
Yes,
I was-
two people in a fat suit is better than one person in a fat suit.
But like, it's like it. I was like, did Tom Hanks bring down the costume vote for Elvis? Is it his fault? But if I remember correctly, I think Gary Oldman won for Darkest Hour
Yes,
because he was
in a fat suit.
he was in a fat suit. So
The secret to the Oscars
the secret
is fat
the
suits.
secret for makeup.
Next category was best cinematography.
I got this one.
So winner was All Quiet. The options were
And we were all quiet when they won.
yes, Empire.
I
of-
was excited.
Empire of Light, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of blah blah blah, Elvis and Tar. This wasn't even a contest for me. I chose All Quiet. It's
All
like
three of us did.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things when you have sweeping wide shots
Yeah.
and you're just like when you can let your audience soak in what they're seeing, usually you're gonna do well.
It's really a competition of who has the best wide shot.
Yeah, and the thing is that like with Tar, it like a lot of the shots were very plain. Like it worked for the movie, but there was not a single shot in Tar where I'm like, wow, that's a wallpaper.
Oh, what about the end one?
You mean with Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that was I think your only one where you're like, yes, this is true art.
Elvis, I don't know how the fuck this got nominated for cinematography.
Elvis was nominated for Best Picture, and I laughed. So.
I don't know how. Fucking the badass CG, I mean like terrible fucking CGI of Tom Hanks wallowing through a fake casino and hospital. And it's, dude, fucking, I have no idea how Elvis got so many nominations.
I still want to see Elvis.
It's
It's fine.
but
I still want to see.
It makes you kind of just want to listen to a lot of his songs.
yeah, best animated short film.
I got this one.
We did talk about already. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Sadly, I did not see any of these, and I chose An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I
believe it.
I think I believe it. I chose it because I'm like, that seems like an Oscar award-winning animated short name.
Mine was only because the boy one landed on my feed with them like,
On YouTube?
on YouTube, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh hey,
I know
that
this
looks
one.
good. I know this one. Let's
Mike's like, if I heard of it, that means it's gonna win.
yeah.
So Ritter and I were talking about this yesterday because like a lot of the categories we didn't know what the nominees were, and we were like, "Ooh, let it be someone we know." We were like, if live action shorts and animated shorts are like, there's someone we know that's in it, or like
Documentary
short
short.
documentaries.
Yeah.
We would be fucking going in.
Oh no, like I literally said there's a couple of people we've interviewed that I'm like, as soon as they get wide release, I am waiting for the day to see their name pop up just so I can send that email going, proud of you, bud.
Good job.
Next is best visual effects.
I mean, come on.
There
guys.
is no fucking
Yeah.
way it would go to anything besides Avatar.
Hey, come on.
Listen, in the episode, like I said, it does not matter what I think of the story or anything
Yeah.
else. It was fucking gorgeous.
As far as like visuals go, it was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no,
It's-
there was no fucking way anything else was gonna win.
Was Black Panther nominated?
Yes, it was.
which is why in this section everyone got it right.
Yeah.
Next we have best original screenplay.
Did we just talk about this one?
Everything
too?
everywhere. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do want to throw back to our Everything Everywhere episode. I said if this doesn't get nominated for Best Picture or anything else, I can guarantee it will win Best Original Screenplay. And you bet your ass I called that shit!
so
Literally,
Let the record show.
seconds after the movie ended, I looked at these two, I'm like, that's winning Best Original Screenplay. Hands down.
it was definitely like the most original thing I've seen in like forever.
Yeah, it went up against Banshees of Inisherin, Triangle of Sadness, Tar, and Fablemans. I don't know how the fuck Fablemans got on there. Tar, it's all right, but
It's because like it's filled. The screenplay is like 70,000 pages long with all of the dialogue.
yeah,
Which is like we talked about this on the episode. Like Tar is just like if you miss someone saying 3 words, you're like
You
lost.
lost. Yeah.
It's all dialogue and it's like
and then Banshees of Inisherin, you can't understand more than 3 words of whatever. But I could understand what they were saying. But my wife, she's like, can you please put on the subtitles? I don't understand what they're saying. And I'm like, okay, fine.
So was that one any good? I didn't see that one
It's good. I love my wife's opinion on it, where it was like, it's just 2 assholes being mad at each other.
deciding that they're not friends anymore.
Yeah. I see it much more than that. I enjoyed the movie. I can see why people wouldn't though.
And then
It's-
there was like something that kind of like surprised me because this is the first time we've mentioned Triangle of Sadness. I had no idea what this fucking movie is still about. It was out in theaters for a week, no one saw it, and then suddenly it's like
nominated.
yeah, nominated for
Yeah.
anything.
Nope. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even hear about this movie
I did not
until
know what it was about.
You know what? What's the new Mia Goth movie with Alexander Skarsgård that came out? Infinity
Pool,
Infinity
which I
Pool.
still want to fucking see.
I was like, I was getting these 2 movies like mixed up,
Oh, I could see that.
and now well, you could also and like it kind of just like makes me want to predict that I think Infinity Pool is probably gonna be, despite me not watching that movie.
No. Let's also bring in the fact that Kevin's reaction when I'm like, "Hey guys, I think we should see Infinity Pool." He went, "Really?"
Like, are you sure?
Kevin was like, "Why?" And my exact reaction was, "Worst case scenario, it's another Crimes of the Future, which would be great."
Don't do that to me.
No.
I just want to see an ejaculating penis like on a public screen
Yeah.
instead of like my phone.
on Pornhub. Next was best documentary short subject. Again,
I knew
didn't-
jack all about this
I didn't
one.
see a single one of these. I chose Elephant Whisperers because, elephants probably has to deal with animal conservation. I'm sure that would win.
So yeah, this was what. So like we at the end of the night yesterday, we talked about A24 and Netflix
Yeah.
eating good.
Yeah, this was the Oscars as presented by A24 and Netflix.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the Netflix documentaries and like movies like won them. So this kind of like sets a new precedent. I think like the old guard of the Academy has either left or like stopped talking or like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of zillennials are now in it because there used to be such a like animosity towards anything Netflix, and
anything
now-
streaming.
yeah. And now that COVID-19 happened, Netflix movies are getting a bunch of like nominations. Well, the good ones are getting a bunch of nominations and like winning them for the Oscars.
Yeah, which I'm happy for.
Yeah.
Because we said this really early in the podcast. I think it was like our like predictions of the industry that I like the fact that they're being more open to streaming movies because like that just has another avenue for some of the filmmakers that we've talked to get their stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of the stuff that we've seen at festivals is really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unfortunate because like we say how good it is, but it's not going to get wide distribution.
No.
It just not, at least not in theaters, which is unfortunate.
And they're not gonna have any way for there isn't a lot of ways for people to actually like see the movies.
Right.
Yeah.
So like
And-
so like one of the biggest W's last year was like Coda being an Apple TV original movie.
Yeah.
Like winning like most of the categories it was nominated for, and then finally Best Picture was like fucking wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like I said, I fucking ate crow when I'm like, I don't think Coda's
Yeah,
like worthy of Best Picture, and then it wins, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm stupid, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Everything I looked at, all of the research I saw was Power of the Dog.
Yeah.
It was like everything everyone was like talking about. And then no, fucking Coda won.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Next is best
still not gonna get Apple TV.
No.
Fuck that shit.
best adapted screenplay. Winner was Women Talking.
So I voted Women Talking. I don't think anyone else did.
No, I voted for All Quiet.
I voted All Quiet because it's based off a book written by a German World War I veteran.
It was the only one I watched.
so-
Well, other than, I guess, Glass Onion, but I knew Glass Onion wasn't going to do.
I knew that Women Talking was like part of like the Best Picture nominees, and I think there was like some sort of sentiment that Women Talking has to win something. And like it seemed like adapted screenplay was like the highest one because international film was like pretty much gonna go towards All Quiet.
Unless RRR got nominated,
Yeah.
which
We'll
it
talk-
should have.
we'll talk about it
Yeah,
as
we,
soon as
Yeah,
I
we'll
kinda
get to the end of that.
But,
We'll
like,
say that. at the
we'll
end.
get to that later.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it just looked like Women Talking made sense to me. You chose Glass Onion, and then
I did.
yeah, and then Mike chose All Quiet.
I guess I did because I forgot half the shit I chose. Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
I lost that one. I am a little sad I didn't catch Woman Talking, but it is what it is. Live action short film.
Didn't see any of these.
Didn't
either.
see any of these. My wife was the only one that
Yeah.
got it right.
An Irish Goodbye.
An Irish Goodbye.
So it was I don't remember what it is other people were talking about. I think it was like Night Ride and Le Pupille. Like was the top two that all of the news articles and outlets that I was reading or like that was just kind of like a lot of my answers were based on. I don't think anyone predicted An Irish Goodbye.
No one does.
Yeah.
Because usually once they're gone, you're like, where'd they go?
Exactly.
Next was Best Documentary Feature. Again, I had no idea what the fuck any of this was. The winner was Navalny.
Oh no.
I just went
Navalny.
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 I still
Went
don't
with
know
the
what
name.
Navalny is about. It's the that was my pick. Everyone else got something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't know what it's about.
Let's be honest. We all guessed. Okay, next category. Best Original Score. Okay.
Yeah.
Winner was All Quiet on the Western Front. The options were Banshees, Babylon, Everything Everywhere, Fablemans. Listen, as much as I love Everything Everywhere, the score, I could not tell you anything about it. It was what it was. Fablemans, I didn't know.
You voted for Banshees.
Yes, I thought it would be Banshees.
What did I vote for again?
You voted All Quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you stayed on brand. If it said All Quiet, you put it down.
Yeah.
I chose also All Quiet, but like for some reason I thought I voted for Babylon, but because like it was like Justin K's like that's his thing that he does like La La Land jazzy Hollywood musicals.
Right.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
All Quiet.
No, I thought it would be Banshees.
I liked the music they had for All Quiet.
Yeah.
I thought it was a.
Maybe I'll watch it.
It activated the Battlefield 1 wheel in my brain for the music for some reason. I
They
can't.
played Seven Nation Army.
No, just the. But like that sound of like just that deep low beat just coming out of nowhere for no reason.
So we're hopping around. We're at Best Director, and of course it was going to be the Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm sorry, there was not another choice here.
What were the other nominees?
It was Banshees, Tar, Fablemans, and Triangle of Sadness. Again,
yeah.
Steven
With the
Spielberg
options.
being the underdog of the Oscars.
That's rough.
Yeah, no, it had to be Everything Everywhere. The performances they got from the actors and stuff, and we joked earlier that they were a bunch of fucking nerds that were friends with each other, but I think that also plays into how well
They were to get what they want out of their actors.
Yes.
Yeah, so Daniel Kwan mentioned it in that specific award speech that it's the people that you surround yourself with that kind of like elevate you.
That unlocks
Right.
your hidden genius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like instead of like a person being a genius themselves, you surround yourself with someone that can like bring that out of you. And like he credited his entire like cast and like all of the people behind the camera for collaborating with him to like get this entire thing like made.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obvious. I think who was it? Did anyone say something besides Everything Everywhere?
One of our friends said Todd Field, who did Tar.
Loser.
Jeez.
So best supporting actress. This category
Was unfair.
It was unfair.
not only was it unfair, but apparently it has had some backlash since last night.
Oh, did it?
So, the winner was Jamie Lee Curtis. Everyone,
I'm fine with that.
every-
Yeah, I'm
even
fine with
even
that.
though I would have like my heart said Stephanie Shu, but both of them in
I
the
voted-
same category.
I voted for the sumo
But-
wrestler or the wrestler. Just
Jamie
saying.
Lee Curtis.
That's the only reason
So,
why I voted.
I think
for...
everyone wanted Everything Everywhere to get it.
Yeah.
However, apparently there's been some backlash that Angela Bassett should have gotten it.
It's what half of our friends voted on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say she wouldn't have deserved it. I didn't see Black Panther, so I can't make a determination on how good her acting was in that. I've heard she was very good,
She was
and
the
she
best.
is a fantastic actress.
Yeah, Queen Ramonda was the best character in that movie, and she was the one kind of like making things happen.
Yeah, and you know what? Say what you will, I think Stephanie Shu should have won.
Because like the movie was about her.
And she was the heart and soul of that
Yeah.
movie, and
was
like
a-
you felt everything through her.
the only problem I had with those options was because they had two people for the same.
Yeah,
movie.
no, that
was the
was-
only
that
thing I
was
was kinda-
bullshit.
I was like, why do they have two?
Listen, good. Congrats to Jamie Lee Curtis, her first Oscar.
Yeah.
And however, I was very
Just
sad
in fairness, there shouldn't be two like supporting act like
in the same category for the same movie. That's like
That's
all right.
That's come on.
So like because of her entire work, like
I was
she's been
about
in the
to-
industry for
I was
a while.
about to say, do
Yeah.
you think this was a
Yeah.
performance win or a legacy win?
Yeah, because like I was thinking it was like
I would say legacy, even though in my heart I voted for her anyway, just because of the whole wrestling scene. Regardless,
but like Stephanie Shu was fantastic in the movie. I think it's because of how new and young she is.
she is gonna have
The
options
Academy
in the
is
later.
like she'll have more opportunities to win her Oscar.
Maybe, but
The
either
thing
way,
is though, it's like the working together with that cast and the Daniels together,
Yeah,
and on a
it's-
script that's good, is gonna be like so hard.
yeah.
She's not gonna win an Oscar for like Crazy Rich Asians 2.
no. Which I'm hoping that comes out soon.
The first one was really good.
Yeah,
Um,
but either way, I'm still pretty happy with the winner for this category.
And Stephanie Shu like was just like all of
Yeah.
all of her friends like winning. She fucking bawled her eyes
Oh,
out.
yeah, she did.
Literally, as soon as Jamie Lee Curtis won, Stephanie was like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
Like there were no hard feelings there.
Oh, they were all really close friends. They were just happy.
Yeah. Angela Bassett was a little salty about it. But,
I didn't see her reaction face.
Oh, she was not happy.
Oh.
But we're gonna talk about the world's sweet little baby boy
Oh,
who
yeah.
we must protect till the end of time.
America's new sweetheart.
Ke Huy Quan, who deserved the award for Best Supporting Actor. And because the other options were Brendan Gleeson, Brian Tyree Henry, Barry Keoghan, and Judd Hirsch. All of these solid choices.
Yeah.
But my sweet little baby boy.
The thing, so that was Harrison Ford that presented that
Yes.
award, right?
Yeah.
Was that spoilers to have Harrison Ford present that award and then
No.
Indiana Jones giving the award to Short Round?
No, because they have already had their like reunion
Wait, no,
for
no.
like the last
wait,
year.
Did he present? I thought it was the other two that.
No, it was Harrison Ford because as soon as like he came up.
Oh,
like-
wait, yeah.
no,
no.
Remember, it was the supporting actors of last year's winners.
Yeah,
is
right.
the-
We
were the
literally-
ones that
we
presented.
were
Yeah, we
literally
literally
talking
just
about-
talked about it.
Yeah.
No, I think because Harrison Ford I think presented Best Picture.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
Because that
yeah,
was
no,
when
'cause-
everyone went up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because I remember last night I was like, oh my god, Ke Huy Quan and Harrison Ford reuniting again after Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just saying,
okay,
like, wait
no,
a minute.
never mind.
I felt just so moved when he got up there and he's like
He was already crying.
He was already
breaking,
crying, yeah.
and I'm like, oh, my sweet boy.
Him and Michelle had similar speeches, but they also come from the same
Spoilers.
place.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh
No,
my God.
the chemistry they had on set, and then the way he was able to present the character on Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Other than,
so good.
so like the three lead actors, like Stephanie, Ke Huy Quan, and Michelle are all fantastic characters. Like
Yes.
by being Evelyn's husband, like he was like the entire heart of the movie.
Yes,
he
like
was.
kept her on the straight and narrow. And it was like he made like he was like the entire heart of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the moral, he was the thesis of the movie.
Yeah, he did such a fantastic job, and I was so happy when they read his name. So was the presenter.
She could say
when
his
she-
first. No, she got out K and then the H, and that was it.
Yeah, and then while he was doing his speech, he was also crying.
Yeah.
They were and then like you could see them when they were walking away. Ariana was just like talking to him on the way out.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I was
man.
so happy for them. Best international feature film. Let's talk about this one.
This
So,
one was
The only reason All Quiet won
It's
because
was
RRR was not nominated.
because India couldn't fucking figure its shit out.
yeah. So I don't like. I
So
still
I'll
don't know
let
the
I'll
whole
let
story about this.
I'll
but-
let Kevin explain
Okay.
this one.
Okay, so like there is a civil war going between the North and South Indians. This is all just hearsay. I actually am not like that in tune with Hollywood and Tollywood media. But like India is like its own continent. It's so diverse, and like there are people that there's like there is like somewhat of a bias against like Telugu movies for certain people. There's a bias towards like Bangladeshi or like Tamil movies. It's like
Bollywood.
and like you can't when you say like you don't like Indian movies, you can't just like kind of umbrella that all together because like
Right.
they're incredibly like diverse. As a result of that, like the Indian film committees did not put up RRR for nomination for like international film, which would have been like the biggest W if
Yeah.
it was on there because like
it
would
would have
have won.
legitimated. It would have legitimized
yeah.
Indian filmmaking for years,
Mhm.
and it would have won.
And
I don't doubt that.
and it
From
would
like
have
the clips I saw, it looked like a fun movie.
and it
just
would
off-
because like T-Series beat PewDiePie, right? It would have it would have like stomped PewDiePie to the ground as T-Series subscriber numbers would have like quintupled.
Yeah. But like Kevin and I were saying that part of RRR's massive success was his Netflix release.
Because like it was already like an Indian Indian darling movie.
Yeah.
It was its like from the theater runs that I could see, like in our neck of the woods, like you could see RRR in a theater. Actually, you could see a lot of Indian cinema in our theaters, which is like one of the cool things about where we are.
Yeah.
Right. And you were mentioning that they would just show up. All like a lot of people would show up to see the
always,
movie.
Always sold out, and like I remember specifically, like just being there with Natu playing like in a theater, and fucking like I don't know if you guys have experience like watching movies with an Indian crowd.
Yes.
It's like
baller.
a rock
Yeah, it
concert,
is.
dude.
Dude, I remember one, like, as soon as, like, the main actor showed up on screen, everyone's like, yeah!
The only reason why I know is because, you know, I'm like that in theaters.
Yeah.
So like
So,
they're my people.
The
Except
last
since
one
then.
I can remember, and this is going to only touch about 5 of you, is when Vegeta turned Super Saiyan Blue in front of Frieza, and the crowd popped.
Yeah.
That was the last time I remember the cinema going wild.
No, it's, I'm just saying,
I'm comparing the anti-colonial
I-
stories of Indians' history to Vegeta going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
I picked All Is Quiet just because RRR wasn't on the list.
Yeah.
And
Now-
I was like there. So there's a lot of like Best Picture clout going for All Quiet. I didn't think it was gonna win Best Picture, but
No.
I think like International was like
It's
its
closest.
award to win.
Yeah.
Because like All Quiet needed to win something.
But speaking of RRR, Natu won Best Original Song because of
that
course
was
it fucking was.
It was alluded like at the beginning. Like,
Okay, the original song for fucking Everything Everywhere, I don't remember hearing it
No,
in the
I
movie,
don't remember
but
either.
the live performance of it, literally as it's playing, I'm like, this looks like a shit post someone did. Because you've got the TV coming down with Rakakuni just like shooting laser beams out of his eyes. But
And
no,
everyone doing a modern dance.
yeah.
literally the live performance of Natu was like my hype moment of the night.
I would guess This Is Life is the song that plays during like just kind of the final montage near the end. But yeah, no.
The only thing that would have made it more hype is if Eminem came up from under the stage
Again.
to start
For no-
singing Natu.
That'd be amazing.
But big W for Indian cinema.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Indian for Tollywood.
Now, Best Actress.
Oh yeah.
Again, there was really not another choice. Fucking Michelle Yeoh.
So
No.
if Michelle Yeoh, if Everything Everywhere did not come out that year, there would have been there would have been a strong argument for Kate Blanchett.
Oh yes.
Because
sure.
like that's what everyone was talking about specifically for Tar. I don't think anyone talked about the plot for Tar.
no, it was just
Everyone
her.
only cared about Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
And like honestly, like that one was like a vote from my heart. That was
Yes.
like Michelle Yeoh, Best Actress.
Yeah.
Now, also her first Oscar,
Yes.
Yes.
even though she's been in the industry for decades.
She's had plenty of nominations from her IMDb page.
So like there's a
Nothing
Jimmy
for the Oscars, I think.
Jimmy Kimmel makes a joke that James Hong has been in like 1,000 movies.
Yeah.
And like, cause like he started out as a social engineer, and he was like,
Yes.
"You're the worst social engineer. These are great at movies. You're a terrible social engineer." And James Hong, because he like probably couldn't hear or understand him,
He was like,
"Meh."
yeah.
Donnie Yen introduced one.
I think that was he was talking about choreography,
Maybe.
It might have been, yeah. You know, it was choreography.
but he wasn't. He didn't present an award.
No,
It
he
was just
didn't
talk.
present. He just talked about it.
No, but he had like a speaking role at the Oscars,
Yeah.
which is still great because like he's a fantastic like
Yeah, he
actor
is.
and stunt performer.
Yeah. So a lot of Asian dubs in this specific
Yes.
episode.
So
Yeah. So
if,
Michelle.
Kei Hui Kwan was our sweet baby boy. This is our very strong and independent mom.
Which is a little bit weird because they played as spouses,
Yes.
except we're thinking of Michelle as our mom and Juan as our son.
Wait, hold on. Just wait till you figure out who the dad is. Actually, the
Brendan Fraser.
yeah, because
He's our dying son, dying father.
Brendan Fraser won Best Actor.
So-
I am so fucking happy for him.
This man.
The Renaissance is in full swing, and he deserves everything he gets.
He had such an emotional reaction to everyone loving his movie when it premiered at, was it Sundance or whatever? TIFF?
No, it was at Canes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
saw
was
I
when
saw
he-
clips when he was presenting.
Yeah,
it,
when
and
he
people were
was
like,
when his film showed at Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
Um,
he looked so like uncomfortable how much people were clapping for him.
Yeah,
but
he
he was like, "Oh, thank you." And
he was like yelling through his tears to not cry.
dude,
Yes.
he barely kept it together.
Yeah.
No one would have blamed him for full, but he was. I swear to
man's
God,
been through a lot in the film.
he was
industry.
one missed breath away from full ugly crying on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
And so terrible takes from Mike and I, we both did Austin Butler.
You fucking monsters.
You voted Austin Butler despite not seeing Elvis.
Well, I didn't know what the other movie was, so I just was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
Brendan Fraser was on the list, motherfucker.
I
You
didn't
picked
know.
him.
I asked you guys for a lifeline, and I was like, I guess I'll just go for Elvis.
We were doing a competition.
Well, that's on you guys for yelling at me.
So this is I
You
don't
guys
know.
swayed my vote on this one.
We didn't say shit to you.
So that one was a critic vote for me. Everyone seemed to like be unanimous with Austin Butler. I mean, he did a fantastic. He fucking like his accent for the next year after Elvis came out was like stuck being Tennessee.
Yeah.
He was like ingrained in Elvis. He was Elvis for like such a long time, and he really encompassed that role. And that's what every critic like saw. And then my heart was like Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know why. I didn't listen. Oh well.
Yeah, because I was just for this one, I was just kind of like, I like Elvis. he probably did a good job. I don't know.
I will say I'm very happy about what has been happening with Brendan Fraser, and you can see how he's not an actor that he doesn't take everything that's happened to him lightly. He is incredibly thankful for anyone and anyone who has supported him one way or another.
'cause
And in multiple interviews, he has said, call it the Renaissance, call it whatever you want. The fact that you are supporting me in any way, I am so thankful for.
Yeah, because he even mentions in his speech that like this was like a lifeline to him in a
No,
sense.
he thanks Darren
Yeah.
Aronofsky for like bringing
giving them
him back.
getting him this role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on it.
It was like so heartfelt. His performance in the movie was like fantastic, despite me not like liking it the most. The movie specifically.
So I know our listeners are incredibly surprised to find out that Brendan Fraser and Michelle Yeoh are Ke Hu Huan's grandparents.
Jesus.
Because they're our mom and dad, and he's our sweet little baby boy.
Yes.
Next,
Which means that we also have to abuse Brendan Fraser and ask him for money and ask him to like write our reviews.
can you come
for us.
onto our podcast, Dad? And then
Don't get weird.
the big one, Best Picture.
Are we already there?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
We were speed through, but we have a time scale.
Yeah, the best picture, of course it went to Everything Everywhere. I'm sorry. I don't know how the fuck Elvis got on Best Picture. I don't know how Fablemans got on Best Picture. And I don't know how the fuck Avatar got on Best Picture.
Jeez, fighting.
I think every Jim Cameron movie has always been nominated for Best Picture whenever they came out.
I'm just like,
I mean, he won Titanic, so.
yeah, those movies, I don't know how the fuck they got, even Top Gun, I'm like, bro.
So like, I mean,
That nostalgia hitting.
So
I
when
mean,
you,
didn't your dad just be like,
Okay, every single time there was a section that Top Gun was nominated for and it didn't win, my dad was like,
Robbed.
Got robbed. Top Gun. And literally he said Top Gun got robbed Best Picture, and I just replied, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Stupid.
was Jennifer Connelly nominated for like supporting actress
Yes.
or something? And she was like, yeah, no, robbed.
No.
But so like because like if you kind of look at just kind of the Best Picture winners and just in its entire history, not all of them are bangers.
yeah,
Top Gun is definitely better than a lot of them, and like
Yeah.
I think the competition, despite me not seeing like a good chunk of them, like I don't have an opinion on Triangle of Sadness. I don't have anything on like All Quiet or women talking. But like, I think it was just a really strong competition.
Yeah.
And like, there was like, because like it like, as soon as March rolled around, or we saw it in April. As soon as like April of 2022, and we saw that movie in that theater, I was like, this is my favorite movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so fucking good. It's
lightning in a bottle.
I mean, just like we said in our original interview, it's like you are laughing, and then by the end of the movie, you have tears rolling down your face, and you're going, "Oh God, why am I crying?"
And then you go call your parents.
Yes,
Because it goes what? It went funny, then it went depression, then it went crying.
yes,
Right?
Yeah, and it's because like, because you're laughing at like kind of just like
the absurdity.
the absurdity
absurdity.
and the insanity of it, but it's also like the relationships, and we're just reiterating the episode.
D-
But like,
yeah.
I was like, there, because like we were, you said that this is definitely going to be nominated and probably win like original screenplay. I didn't think that best picture nominations were like in the
But
cards. for
God
it.
damn it, was I for
And
it?
I
Yeah.
didn't expect that everyone also got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone like voted for, well, not all of our friends, but like a good chunk of, like most of our friends voted for Everything Everywhere, because as soon as you see it, like it's there. Yeah, no, so like it's suffice to say, like I'm very happy for this movie.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, right, like, all the other movies, without Everything Everywhere All at Once, probably had a really good, strong competition.
yes.
It's
I was like, is this movie too weird?
Right? That was another thing, too. It was like, this movie's weird, but man.
Listen, if Shape of Water could win Best Picture,
That's also a little bit of it. I was like,
Yeah.
no, these aren't boomers anymore.
yeah,
Right.
Because I remember during the Oscars when Shape of Water got nominated, I'm like, this is a pick from the heart. Give my boy Guillermo his due.
The thing is though, I think that year I was like 3 Billboards was like my top for that year, if I remember if that's the same year. But like, yeah, no, I was very happy for Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still treasure I got
Spider-Verse also won that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that extended Spider-Verse's theater run for like a couple more months.
I will say, like, outside of, like, all of this, I think, for being my first full watch of the Oscars, it was a really good time.
Yeah,
I liked the references of Will Smith being in the slap.
Oh my
slapping.
God, Jimmy Kimmel was going for blood.
Yeah.
we were like, okay, so like to us, he's like he's a talk show
boomer.
host.
He's a boomer comedian.
And like I was like, dude, did fucking Ricky Gervais write his jokes, but like genuine laughter from me for like a lot of his jokes.
Yeah.
Dude, and some of the like Oscar recipients had their own jokes too. It's like when I think it was best visual or something where 2 people came up for the win. A second guy went to talk and went, "I'll keep this brief since this seems to be a pattern tonight."
Oh, yeah.
Because every single time,
And then he went long.
Yeah.
because every single time a second person would go to talk, they would cut them off immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did that with like Elephant.
Yeah. Elephant Whisperer.
Yeah, which was really rude.
Yeah.
Because the first one did not talk very long.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she came up, like they just
They
cut her off.
shoot her off.
And
yeah.
it was like, what the fuck, dude? It, again, not as rude as with Parasite, when mid-translation, they cut the mic.
Yeah.
And it was, but it was funny because Jimmy Kimmel's like, hey, we listened. We put all the technical awards back in the show. Don't get mad at us for how long it was. But I noticed they cut back a lot of the stupid skit bullshit. There was still some of it, but not nearly as much as what used to be in
Well,
the
yeah,
awards.
they
So
had to cut time somewhere, and I think cutting the skits
Well,
was
yeah,
probably the best move they
cut
could have
the
made.
bullshit that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
By the way, that bit with Malala was cringe as shit. When he's like reading her like a Twitter question.
Oh yeah, Cocaine Bear also like
Yeah,
did a little
Cocaine
joke.
Bear came up and like was like playing near her, and she's like, "Please leave me alone."
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks?
What?
Oh.
No,
The actual like cocaine bear like costumed guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
no, like it was just
It wasn't as bad.
it wasn't as bad, but
I did like the joke references to Will Smith though. That was brutal.
Yeah, I think like we were all just like shocked that he went in for the jugular.
Yeah,
He was
I was
like,
no, what was
Right?
Okay,
where he was like,
Right
no,
at
no,
the beginning,
what was-
too.
if you
what was
threaten
great-
any violence, your punishment is you win Best Actor and you go do a speech for 19
Yeah.
minutes.
I was like, oh, God!
dude, it was so funny because like 2 minutes before the show started, I'm like, do you think they're gonna do any Will Smith jokes, or do you think they're gonna pretend he didn't happen?
And then immediately-
minute one, Jimmy Kimmel's like, we've got a task force who will come and escort you back to your seat so you can win the next award.
And then it was like it was also a funny joke. He was just kind of
Yeah.
looking. He was just pointing to just random actors and like or
Yeah,
then the Mandalorian.
You
will come
gotta
after-
go against this
And it-
guy and this
Yeah,
guy.
and it's a good way to kind of just like get the audience to like kind of just like lighten up and
Yeah.
what have you. And then like to finish it off, he was like, or we could just do what the Academy is known to do, just nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god,
Oh, dude.
fuck.
It-
It was good. It was real good.
Yeah. I will 100% say one of the award shows where I left the least disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty happy with what happened, and I am, again, kudos goes for all the winners. I'm gonna
Yeah, I was not mad about anyone.
I don't think I was really that upset about any winners. So
Mm-hmm.
kudos to everyone who won, because our opinion matters to you.
Yeah, totally.
I actually need to go, text Troy Kotzer, tell him like, hey, you did a
Yeah.
good job at the presenting that award.
By the way, I've got your pizza ready.
do you think Will Smith posted on Twitter anything about the Oscars?
Oh, actually, hold on. I have to check.
So Chris Rock, fucking no, yeah,
What? Chris
not
Rock?
He had a comedy special.
He did.
And-
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, and it came out like recently, and he basically just kind of brought the Will Smith thing
Oh, with
back
them?
to light.
Oh,
Because
geez.
he did a bit on it, didn't he? I didn't.
I didn't watch it either, so
He-
that's why
he
I just
did-
know
he did do a bit on it,
Ah,
and it feels like very specific timing.
I mean, like it's kind of like the only thing anyone talked about last year.
it was the slap that was heard around the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, it's wild seeing that footage of the slap, and then like the title that I'm watching it on is like Japanese, and all the comments are Japanese, and I'm like, yo, this is cool.
I just like the
Dude.
Dio pose, like the JoJo poses that were done for the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap. I don't know if you guys seen it. Hold on,
Wait, what? Wait, is this is like a different Will Smith?
that's funny.
Is it? There's no. That's not.
Did you guys watch Emancipation? The
No.
Will Smith movie that he made after the last Oscars? I don't think anyone saw it.
No, but overall, decent show. We will see what happens at the next award show.
Maybe we'll be in it.
God, I wish. Actually, let us. You can find us at Twitter at Buns Cinema. You can find us on Patreon.com/CinemaBuns. By the way, follow us on Twitter and let us know if there's anything specific you want us to review or anything you think we should do. Like, would you want us to do like a cameraless live stream of the Oscars? I don't know. I don't know what you people want. Let us know. But with that, I'm Ritter.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Best Picture nominee, My Story of Dicks.
Bye.
Some are pretty good, but we'll just suck ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch with us, we're Cinema Buns.